specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Process.
And a bit of constructive talk. I know it's hard, we're not all from the same footy club.
You are one of over 148,000 people living in an area at risk of being affected by a cyclone this wet season. In your cyclone kit, you'll need a battery-operated radio, a torch with spare batteries, enough food, and at least 10 litres of water per person to sustain you and your family for 72 hours or
missing out on the finals, and then with the two, the draw and the loss of Tiwi, there's a few points there that put them in a place. So they'll be really keen, especially one of those games being here at their home ground. I know Pine are huge on not losing at home, all their supporters that they demanded from them. So it'll be really interesting, and we'll see what we get today. I know they would have used that as a bit of inspiration. Shannon, I know he's mentioned that in the week leading up.
And certainly the Tiwi Bombers, their football is pretty sustainable. They start off the first quarter and a half and they run like anything, and teams can't keep up with them, but it's a matter of holding them out. And we're talking off air, Thomas, and you like the games the way Brendan Cantilla, the captain of the Tiwi Bombers, plays. Yeah, awesome. Takes it on. It seems a bit erratic, but that's the way Tiwi play. That's how they catch teams off guard, and that's been one of PINT. Their weakness is, I don't know if it's a weakness, but the style that they play is more contested. They've got a few bigger bodies, so when they come up against teams like Buffaloes, I know we lost to Darwin in round 1. Even Wanderers tested them here at this ground, outside spread, and Tiwi will certainly do that because they don't play conventional footy, and they do the impossible at some stages. But you look at their average season for their running bounces compared to PINT's. I think it's something like Tiwi averaged 23 running bounces when PINT averaged 4 or 6. So we're wondering if we see that today and whether that's going to play a role. But I know that Patrick Bowden would have been getting them up and encouraging that run. And someone that's played pretty well for the Bombers has been Carlson Cantilla. I reckon he'd be lucky to be 190 centimetres tall, and he's up against a giant in Connor McDonald today, the PINT ruckman, who's been very, very good and taken on all comers. But Carlson Cantilla doesn't spend any time on the pine, so he won't have any splinters in his backside. Just loves to contest, but up against it. But certainly he's another one, together with Brendan Cantilla. I'm not sure whether obviously they're related in some way, shape or form. But Carlson Cantilla, like the way he plays, he'd be a good follower rather than a tap ruckman, which is the game he plays. Yeah, well, I'm sure they're aware they're giving up something there in the ruck, in the contest, obviously, but what can be a weakness, they can turn it into an advantage. There's going to be a lot of mismatches in size against Tiwi here around the oval, but whether they turn that into a strength and get the ball on the outside, they take a lot of uncontested marks. They got a higher uncontested footy rate than PINT, so we'll see how this plays out. And the goal kicking for the Pointers, I think it's been a bit of an issue, but certainly Matt Ryan, as we mentioned, he starts off nicely. Liam Holt fits up front. Ethan Smith goes all right. Stephen Motlop back for the Pointers, and he's a noted goal kicker. And Jeffrey McDonald, I think he was a former Wanderers player. He was, Jeffrey. He's a goal kicker too, a small forward. So they've got a little bit of goal kicking ability, the Pointers. No, they definitely do, and it's come when they've needed, like especially against Waratahs and Nycliffe. We played a game there where the scores are a bit low, but PINT usually they'll kick a team and kick a score and find a way to beat a team, because they won games early in the year. In such contested games, but they've definitely, these boys can kick some goals. Matty Ryan's a great hit-up lead. Liam Holtz fits. He played a great game 2 weeks ago before the bye. I think he kicked 5. Yes. Matt Ryan kicked 5. You got Stephen coming back into the side. Jeffrey, he's a little goal sneak and he knows how to find the goals. So we'll see if they can get that average, get that score up today. And obviously big man Rory Taggart in the goal square. Game about to start, and we do have Connor McDonald for PINT. He will be in ruck. His opponent doesn't look like Brendan Cantilla. Poor bounce. If you can't bounce, throw it up. So he's going to do it again. I reckon these bounces got one more year in the AFL. Yeah, they certainly have. Up they go. And it's McDonald. He is up against Cantilla. McDonald probably rucked and then he roves. He does very, very well. The Bombers, they get away. This is what you suggested would happen. Held up at centre half back. Ethan Penrith gets onto the right foot. Kicks it out wide. Favours the grandstand side. PINT go forward. Jeffrey McDonald, the man we were talking about earlier, lovely picks up Liam Holt Fitz. So a couple of players we mentioned early, McDonald and Holt Fitz. Yeah, so Holt Fitz there, the Tiwi player came up to give a 2-on-1 and Holt Fitz held out. Jeffrey was really smart there and was able to win on one and get it into the pocket. So we'll see if he can do one here from the boundary.
So Holt fits very, very wide. Tries the banana kick on the outside. Goes up high and across the face of goal. I reckon it might have been touched over the boundary line. The boundary umpire seems nonplussed there, Thomas.
Yeah, they. I'll just note something. They've got Ethan Penrith and Stephen Modelop are both on the halfback. I reckon Shannon's noticed that they need to, they win a lot of intercept marks and win the ball down back, but they want that skill coming out of the back line.
Right, so the ball will be tossed in, left forward pocket, Pint deep in attack. So it's interesting, Stephen Modelop and Ethan Penrith, probably their two best ball getters across half back.
And ball users.
Yep.
So I think they want to convert their defensive 50 turnovers into scores.
Point go forward, Jordan Briston takes the mark on the outer. Still inside defensive 50, kicks outside defensive 50, up they fly, and a nice mark taken by the evergreen. That's not Roy Cantilla, it's Kim Cantilla. I knew it was a Cantilla. Cantilla goes forward. Poor kick, skirts the boundary line rather than coming inside, but they know what they're doing. Patrick Bowden, an astute coach.
Yeah, and that's Pint will want that. Pint will want a ball up. They'll want ball ups over the ground so they can, get their good midfielders in to win the contest and see if they can take it from there.
So it's McDonald up against Cecil Puruntatameri. McDonald on the left, number 18, Puruntatameri, number 16, Puruntatameri works his way to the front. McDonald then skips around. He's a noted ruckman, an experienced ruckman, works to the front, gets the ball to his team's advantage. A series of handballs, handball back. Stephen Motlop kicks, bombs the ball forward. Mark taken, Matt Ryan couldn't take the mark. Ball on the ground, in dispute. Pint on the bottom of the attack, but the Bomber defence is holding up at the moment. Probably threw that away. But
that was really good there. Matty Ryan identified that Stephen was in a bit of trouble and he really pushed hard to press up and make a contest.
Ball forward, barely 15. Too far out to score. Kick and a half out. Pint go forward, inside forward 50. Matt Ryan rushing at the football, the left footer. Sees the ball out of bounds, but it's at the right end of the field. Pint won the toss, kicking with the aid of a breeze. Good ground to play footy on, Thomas.
Awesome.
Right.
Yep, awesome. Especially now, they've had a bit of rain, so it's a lot more soft. Obviously, the cricket curators know what they're doing. They've looked after it, but it is a good oval.
Tossed in by the boundary umpire. Carlson Cantilla. Roved, I reckon that time it might have been Holt Fitz. Ball forward. Picked up McDonald. McDonald kicked a fresh air shot. It might have sailed through for a behind. A rush behind, and it is. And the Bombers will bring the ball back in. It's probably Darley. Darley runs his full measure, kicks it well outside defensive 50. Big, long kick, but well done by Motlop. Knocks the ball out of bounds defensively and will have to rush back to his half-back flank.
Yeah, no, that was really smart also by Stephen. He don't have to take the mark. You don't have to take the mark when you're defending out on the wing one-on-one. You just get the ball out and then get a stoppage up here and let your midfield get on top.
And at the
stoppage, really like that decision.
Yeah, and at the stoppage you would expect Pint would have the advantage. We've got another chop-out ruckman pushed out of the ball. That was Riley Bice, who was so good last week for the Pointers. Held up defensively, and a strong mark taken, Michael Thompson. Thompson goes for and a big one-hander. I like the way this bloke plays. Thaddeus Portjimmy, another left footer, goes across the face of goal. Picked up that time, nicely done, and that was Sam Darley, who was also good last week for the Bombers. But running across the ground, Pint have the ball on the outer, switch it inside into the corridor. Up they fly over the back. Ryan couldn't take the mark. A series of handballs will get the Bombers out of the problem defensively. And the boundary umpire, Thomas Motlop, is still the defender's best friend.
Yeah, that's exactly
even
right.
Though this
I loved him when I was down back. But Harrison Marr just had a kick out of defence there. I really like the way he plays. He's a great springboard.
Was he the left footer?
Yeah, he's a left footer. He used to have long hair. I preferred him with long hair. Someone with long hair running out of the back line, but he shaved it off. But no, we'll keep an eye on him today.
Ball forward. McDonald in front. Knocks the ball down. In dispute. Picked up Cantilla. That's Brendan Cantilla, the skipper. Cantilla kicks it forward again. A scrappy game. Pint can't get the ball clear. Handball across. Penrith. Inside forward 50. And across the face of goal, probably kick and a half out from the Point goal at right half forward grandstand side.
That's exactly right. The ball's taken out, but what it does is it drags all the players. So players up the oval, the ball's a ball in, so everyone comes up, you get a bit of territory, and sometimes that turns out better than, keeping the ball in and having a shot from the boundary and getting it behind.
Tossed in by the boundary umpire. Cantilla in front. Well done. Good tap, but only as far as McDonald, Jeffrey McDonald. Jeffrey McDonald. I couldn't get it out. The Bombers will handball their way out of defence. Firstly through Tanner Blakeney Nota. Nice kick forward. Here he is again. One bounce. Nice handball. Out to Cantilla. Brendan Cantilla. That's his 4th possession. Cantilla goes forward. Probably a fingernail. Got it under it. One way, then the other. Cantilla, that's the 3rd Cantilla. He's going to run round and round and round in circles. Handballed under pressure. Picked up McDonald Tipperary. But the whistle has blown. Something off play, and it'll be Brendan Cantilla. Must have been whacked after he disposed of the football. Cantilla.
I don't know if there was a bit of a slide in or a...
Too far out to score, kicks into the man on the mark. Cantilla goes forward and a little stretched mark taken. And the Bombers this time, Thomas, within scoring distance.
You can see the two opposing teams, how Pint just won a contested stoppage. They got the all-ground ball off the ground, fed it in, got it inside 50. Tiwi just took it straight up the wing with 2 loose players.
Puruntatameri done. Kicks on goal. Misses to the near side.
And what Tiwi had, they didn't follow the Pints players ran into the inside 50, and that's what they're going to... So the Pints players have to be aware they can't just charge in. Also, keep your spread defensively around the oval.
So coming up 8 minutes into Q1, a point behind each. Stephen Motlop. Now they're outside defensive 50. Across the face of goal. Partington goes forward. Second grab. Good mark. Almost got rid of the football. Don't think he's on the team sheet. Number 15 for Pint. But Pint this time go inside forward 50. Over the back. And a strong mark taken this time by Liam Holt-Fitz.
Well done there. And that's exactly... Stephen's just gone back. So I guess he's taken the kick-ins. They weren't good decision makers, picking the right places. He's gone out to Harrison Marr. Harrison Marr's kicked it along, and they've really worked the ball down really well down the oval to go coast to coast. And I think if they can do that today, spread Tiwi themselves the way that Tiwi are going to want to spread Pint, they're going to get on top of this game.
Holt-Fitz on a very acute angle, left of centre. He will use his right foot within distance. Holt-Fitz kicks on goal. They like it. So Liam Holt-Fitz, we're 9 minutes into the first term. The first goal on the board in a pretty scrappy start, but Pint got what they wanted.
Exactly right. And they've done that through pressure. That they've had a lot of entries. They've gone out of bounds, but what they're doing is they're creating that pressure and they're getting territory. Even if they are having ball ups inside 50, it just creates that perception of pressure, and eventually the dam breaks. So well done there to Liam. Great transition, great coast to coast play by Pint, bringing the ball in from a kick in and turning that into a goal. So I'm sure Shannon's going to want to see a lot more of that today. And then when we saw the way that Tiwi brought it in with that loose play, they have a lot of uncontested possessions, a lot of uncontested mark. Then they just had a bit of an erratic play, and then they get an inside 50. So we can see just the two styles.
Carlson Cantilla up against O'Connor. O'Connor gets the tap. Goes down to Darley. Darley, one bounce. And a good chase down. Excellent chase down. Play on called the umpire. Good decision. Motlop swings around onto his right. Goes forward. Stanley Tipalura in front. Loses the football in the tackle. Bombers. Away they go. Swings around onto the right boot. Brendan Cantilla looks for and finds a teammate. Brendan Cantilla's been outstanding.
Great start. I know I've been keeping an eye on him, playing really well. So it's just another thing. So you got to be mindful coming back inside and then knowing, making the right decision of when to hit that kick. Because if it doesn't come off that inside kick, I know you're trying to create play, but if you miss that target, Tiwi are just going to have extra numbers around the contest, and they'll bring it forward the way they've done there.
Kim Cantilla, well within kicking distance for him. A noted goal kicker. Kicks on goal, stabs at it, and has he done enough?
He's done enough.
The goal umpire likes it, so it's a goal apiece. In fact, it's 1-1 apiece. 1-1-7 Pint, 1-1-7 the Tiwi Bombers. 11 minutes into Q1, and whilst it's scrappy, no one can break away.
Nah, we're seeing good football. Good, turnover in the centre of the ground, and then Tiwi just they've got great skills, and you don't want to give Kim Cantilla too many opportunities. Obviously, spent a bit of time at South Adelaide in the SANFL, so he's a quality player.
Ball back in the middle. Sam Darley in there for the Bombers. His direct opponent, Sam Kelbfell. Doesn't get a lot of possessions, Kelbfell, but he's usually quite efficient when he does get hold of the footy. Darley pushed out of the contest. Excellent work, McDonald Tippermoody. McDonald Tippermoody's second effort was terrific. Didn't get the free kick, probably played for the free kick there, but McDonald Tippermoody tried to make up for it, picked up that time for the Pint, and they swing around on the left foot, go forward. But Stanley Tipalura, who was so good last week, intercepts. Kick not so good. Pint work it away. They're full of left footers, the Pointers.
Yeah.
And
trying to emulate Hawthorn's great years. Yeah. No, but you get Pint. So there was a bit of a contest there. I reckon that Pint were trying to release the ball. I reckon they would have been better off creating that additional stoppage and just hold the ball and let the numbers get in, squash the ball, keep it in, and then they would have had a stoppage.
Easier said than done, particularly when the Bombers...
well, I'm retired now, so I can tell everyone how to play.
Yeah, of course you can. The chop out ruckman, that's wonderful work there by Dylan Smiley. He's a tall man. Ball on the ground, ball on a string, kick on goal, but held up nicely in defence. Brodie Motlop. Son of Shannon?
Son of Shannon, yep.
Cousin Brodie. Hey, cuz, there's another one. Stephen
Nice
Motlop. Forward, he goes forward. Kelbfell. Bangs it across the face of goal. Dangerous. Probably a free kick and a warranted free kick in the marking contest. Well done to the umpire. Picked it up nicely.
Yeah, it was a bit dangerous. Maybe a little forced. Maybe a bit too wide. Stephen pulled the ball back nicely inside there, trying to find that inside kick.
Ethan Smith goes by hand.
Brad Ryan. I think he's the brother of Matt.
He is. We worked it out a couple of weeks ago, Thomas. Yeah?
No, I know he is, but I only found that out. Okay. I only found that out 2 weeks ago as well, and I've been training with him for 6 weeks.
So the Bombers going all right. McDonald Tippermoody's had a bit of it. Goes short, telling the umpire where to go, what to do. Swings around onto the right boot. The Bombers in control, and this looks like it should be another Bomber goal. Riley Bice, who was terrific last week. Ovens and Murray League, I believe, in Victoria.
Yep, they do. They get these quality players from down south Tiwi that just complement their speed and their run. So,
well, they need to too, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and everybody else does that in the NTFL. Get players that they need to, enhance their skills. So, probably a look in what they did there to convert that defensive 50 into an inside 50.
Riley Bice. Onto the left boot. Very, very deliberate, and the Bombers are in front. Well done, Riley Bice. Well done to the Bombers. They're serving it up.
They are. They're exciting to watch. Anthony McDonald, they got these players, Kim Cantilla, so they've definitely got quality around the park, and when they get it on the outside, and you're going to see that, the average. I think the average bounce numbers for Tiwi are really high, 23
or something. Yeah, you mentioned that against 4 or 5
against Pints for running bounces average this season. So I reckon we're seeing that today, especially when Tiwi get it on the outside and move that ball down the wing.
So the big man, Dylan Smiley, Carlson Cantilla won't like this because Smiley's in the Smiley's in the ruck, and Cantilla loves to be in the ruck. Sells the dummy. Terrific effort there, Warwick Williams. Swings the ball inside forward 50, the Pointers. Over the top and out of bounds, left half forward.
Yeah, so Warwick, great contested work there. Great work to get on the outside and get his shoulders presenting to the 50. But I guess it was that kick to advantage. Could he have pulled that kick to Matty Ryan's right shoulder a bit more, just to help him out?
Ball to be tossed in by the boundary umpire. Of course the boundary umpire is tossing the ball in. The boundary umpires always toss the ball in. Cantilla in front. Ball on the ground. In dispute. Seem to be plenty of Bomber defenders down there. Working hard. Working overtime. Kick out of nowhere.
I think that was Liam Holt-Fitz.
Liam Holt-Fitz. That's a typical Holt-Fitz goal. Liam Holt-Fitz. The game, Thomas, is 16 minutes in. Liam Holt-Fitz has got 2 goals and Pint have got 2 goals. So the small forwards, they're worth their weight in goals.
No, and they're awesome. Jeffrey's been lively, and they're just, they're working well with Big Matty, who's making a contest, and Rory. So I'm happy to see myself out of there with a bit more pace. No, I reckon it's working really well. So they've got a lot of ground cover, and obviously, that's a big advantage if you can create goals out of nothing, because you get three additional goals on top during a game if you create something out of nothing.
Thomas Motlop, I'm happy to be out of there. I'm sure he's not, but after 263 games and a quad injury, he's not playing. He's retired, officially retired from Premier Grade football. Up they go. McDonald wins the tap, gets it down. The Pointers will get the clearance. They go by hand. They prefer by hand. Williams once again. He's dispossessed but taken high in the tackle. Good free kick by the fielder. That's got to come back. Surely it's got to come back. That's not terribly good umpiring. Down back under a real lot of pressure. Ryan gets dragged off the football and a rush behind.
Yeah, they surprised him there, Johnny Tipalura, because he left his player, as a good defender will do, make a smart, quick decision, and he pressed up and caught him by surprise.
It certainly did. Ball brought back into play. Quick Riley Bice. Kick to goal. Bice swings onto the left foot. Inside defensive 50. Nice mark, John Tipalura. Tipalura goes forward to Bice. Bice, the running player. Bice, nice kick forward. Ball on the ground. The Pint defence. Some big bodies in there in defence. But the big bodies won't matter if a little bit of magic like that gets around. Picked up by Cantilla. Cantilla kicks on goal, but a mark taken on the behind line. Point clear. Coast to coast, they got a goal earlier. Off to Stephen Motlop. Motlop started it earlier. He's involved in that one.
They've had great spread there, obviously taken the intercept mark down on the goal line, and they've moved the ball out to the other side of the oval as they come back in here to Stephen. He'll try to look inside. I know that'll be a big part of what he's trying to do this game, being down there. But he's done well there. Just find another pressure release valve. Just a nice little mark and work the ball up until something presents.
Got the ball forward. Nicely done. Pulmer. Into the corridor. Still a centre half back. Out they go. In the direction and a mark taken. A nice strong mark taken. Edward Puruntatameri done. Lopes away. Stabs it forward. Has he got a target? He has, but he dropped the mark. Ball on the ground. Play on call the umpire. Good tackle, good defence. Give it to me, he should say. Or will it be a Pint free kick? It is a Pint free kick. Motlop, he's been in everything. Gets it wide. Maybe the couple of weeks off refreshed him.
Yeah, I reckon it would have.
Gets it out.
And a bit of a change of position as well.
Gets it out to Penrith, who's been good. Running hard. Scrow. Kicks on the right boot. Mark drop that he should have taken. If that had been a plum put, he would have worn it. Nice work by Darley. Darley's kick's not too flash. Over the back. Handball out. Running player. Darley again. Seems to get a lot of ball on his own, but that's to his credit. Darley again. This time, can he kick it to advantage? Not really. Ball taken there by Puruntatameri Dunn. Puruntatameri Dunn. Nicely. Michael Dunn. Gets it back to Braden Wiley. Ball in dispute, and the Bombers is where they want it as we approach time on. We're into time on in the first term. All the Pint are leading 2-2-14. The Tiwi Bombers 2-1-13. McDonald over the top. Penrith couldn't quite get his kick. Picked up the Bombers. And the mark taken.
This is where they're going to want to show. Can they make the right decisions now? And can they move the ball? He's got one out just off screen. He's going a bit longer to Jeffrey McDonald here on the wing.
Warwick Williams it was to McDonald. McDonald held the play up. What's on offer? Out they go. He kicked it to a 2-on-1. Got to work hard now. High tackle.
They're lucky there. He probably could have made a better decision, McDonald, with the ball. And he probably should have. even a bit further down the line if there was nothing on, rather than a short one-on-one.
Stab kick in.
Sorry.
Nice one. Harrison Marr. Gee, that's a good kick. Left footers, don't you wish you were a left footer, Thomas? They
I
just
do.
seem to be raking the left footer's kick. Dale Cunningham, one bounce, kicks it outside defensive 50, but an awful kick. Inside they go, and the big strong mark taken. Point, work forward. Mark in the goal square, and defence. Oh, that's a kick off the ground.
In the right place at the right time, but that's what he's there for, and that's why they brought him over to PINT, to crumb some goals, and he's done it again. Liam Holtz-Fitz. They had a couple of crummers there in the right position, and that's why Rory's there to tag it as well. He's a big body in the goal square. Matty Ryan's going to do a lot of leaning and a lot of presenting, so they have an option coming through the middle of the oval, and then Rory just has to hold out. And if he can just hold it and pad the ball down, if he doesn't take the mark, he's going to have switched on people like Jeffrey and Liam Holtz-Fitz waiting to put it through the sticks.
He's a wonderful player, isn't he, Holtz-Fitz?
Yeah, and he's
3 goals in 22 minutes of play, and PINT 3-2-20, leading the Tiwi Bombers 2-1-13, and we're about to we're well into time on in the first quarter.
Take 3 goals in the first quarter any day of the week.
Oh, Cantilla. That's Carlson Cantilla. And free kick. Riley Bice. Gee, he's had a fair bit of it. Was good last week, as I mentioned. Bice will go onto the left foot. Kicks to centre half forward. Does it nicely. Gets the ball out wide to Puruntatamiri Dunn. Puruntatamiri Dunn kicks it forward. Not necessarily the best option, but the defence of PINT up to it. Brodie Motlop had a bit of it. We'll switch play. It's got to be good. Penrith.
Good movement, good switching.
Another left footer. Drops the mark. Ball once it's on the ground.
That's the one, Ian. So they did the right thing. They've moved it and switched it well. It's that kick coming out of their defensive 50 PINT. They're really going to work on that. I reckon once they can turn that into a couple of more possessions through the middle of the oval, they're going to turn that into inside 50s, and they're going to generate a lot more score for the rest of
Motlop,
the
when
year.
he gets it in defence, doesn't muck around. He clears the lines. And perhaps are you suggesting the others should do the same thing?
Well, I'm just thinking that's why Ethan Penrith and Stephen Motlop are down there on the half-back, I reckon, just a bit better decision-making, a bit cleaner, a bit more quality and polish on that half-back line, so they can just, convert rebound 50s into inside 50s.
Darley had the football. Thaddeus Port Jimmy, but a free kick. McDonald Tipperwoody. Pretty ungainly. As we close in on quarter time, 24 minutes gone. PINT 3-2-20. Tiwi Bombers 2-1-13. PINT heading forward, but it's to no avail. It is quarter time. It is the Pointers leading 3-2-20. The Tiwi Bombers 2-1-13. What did you think of Q1, Thomas Motlop?
Yeah, I thought it was a great quarter of footy. I thought PINT played really well. In parts, you could see what they're trying to do with Stephen and Penrith down back. Quality footballers trying to use the ball and generate it up the oval. But Tiwi have taken their chances and made the most of them when they've had, and they find themselves 7 points down, which will be a good position for them.
And we'll be back after the break.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro, or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge, or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
And a bit of constructive talk. I know it's hard, we've been all from the same footy club, but we've come together for this. Show that passion in the MC Guernsey, get in their face.
Here at TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Played their hearts out, and obviously it's not what we play 6-6-6 and 7 on the bench, so it was a little bit different, but you know what, we can't ask for anything more. The girls put their bodies on the line, and they went in and they went hard, and you know, some of it was unrewarded, but that's footy.
You are one of over 148,000 people living in an area at risk of being affected by a cyclone this wet season. In your cyclone kit, you'll need a battery-operated radio, a torch with spare batteries, enough food, and at least 10 litres of water per person to sustain you and your family for 72 hours or more. All important documentation such as passports, treasured photos, and insurance policies should be kept in a safe and waterproof place. Be prepared this wet season.
Welcome back from after the quarter-time break.
Ball comes out. St Mary's go forward, inside forward 50. That's their first inside forward 50. The big man Corowa runs after the footy, kicks a goal and nails the first one. 50 seconds in, if you don't mind. St Mary's on the board, one straight 6. The Bombers yet to score.
back. He was huge.
Fantastic. And the best player, I reckon, so far, Edward Purantatamiri done for the Bombers. They go forward and over the back, and the noted goal kicker, and inside 40 seconds, lovely goal there, and that was by Roy Cantilla. I reckon he threw that, gets the ball up to Heenan. Heenan normally very good with the kick, kicks on goal, pick up that player in the middle of the ground. Is that our skipper? I reckon it's our skipper, Brendan Cantilla. What a goal! And in the quarter, tossed in by the Burnley umpire. Corolla in front, picked up and does it easy. How easy is this game, Jack Klusky? Very good too. The second quarter underway. Ball gets it forward, handball out. The Tiwi Bombers. Ball
Another
on the ground.
wide.
We have the secondary bounce.
Not sure why you went wide.
Let's
see who that player is out there, because that was nice.
Away they go in
Teammate
the
forward clues.
Cantilla has a goal in the first
Klusky.
term.
Klusky goes for beautifully done. And number four coming up through this term for Jackson Calder.
But still in defensive 50.
Ali one bounce.
Yeah, that's
onto the right
under
foot.
pressure. Just find a mark under pressure in defensive 50.
In they go. Cantilla runs into an open goal for him.
Done what he wanted to do there, but
nails it two on the trot.
So would you call that a skill
exactly what we were looking for from the Tiwi Bombers?
Just the ball out wide to Souter. Souter goes across the face of goal. Dylan Lant, the skipper, kicks on goal and absolutely nails it.
Ball on the ground.
Hard after the football, Ted Castle. Ted Castle across the body, looking for Corowa. Corowa, a direct shot on goal, and Tex Corowa.
He's nailed that.
My word, he has. He's got three.
Back into the corridor. Poor Jimmy
away from goal. There's no one.
Immediately play on.
Corowa down there. Can Corowa take the mark? He can't take the mark, but he gets the ball, knocks it down, runs his full measure, kicks on the left, and Corowa has done a fantastic job. Well done to him.
Onto the right foot.
And that is a Tiwi
brave, very brave
special.
there by Vallejo.
Tiwi magic there. I just loved how Kim Cantilla ran in, lined it up, and look away now, handball.
Kim Cantilla.
Handball in, handball running past. Onto the left boot, inside forward 50. Kick on goal. Is that another one?
Yeah,
it is. Is that another one? It is. That's Jack Klusky. He has three. That's Roy Cantilla. One way, then the other. Picked up by Rioli. Rioli kicks on goal, but unfortunately across the face, still in play. Stanley Tipalura across his shoulders, and I reckon he's nailed it. I reckon Stanley has nailed it. He has. Probably too little, too late, perhaps. He rucked, he roved, he got the forward inside forward 50. There goes Calder. Calder gets it out to Lamb. He's got number 4.
Yes, he has.
He has got number 4. Handball back. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Missed.
There it is. Well, it was a pretty dominant win for St Mary's in the end. 22-14, 146 to the Tiwi Bombers, 10-13, 73.
Nice, strong mark. Out they go. Cantilla. That's Brendan Cantilla. Kicks across the face of goal. No, he doesn't. It's a minor score.
So we're here on a Friday night
for
our NAB
Point play on immediately. This is a hard part of the game.
Only option.
Williams.
And the kids are pumped, ready to rock and roll.
Strong.
And have some fun with the footy.
Warwick Williams, outside
defensive
50. Took him out of the contest. His second effort, very good. Point will go up to McDonald.
The group would be a great chance for her to kind of be with some friends in a comfortable environment.
Gee, the Bombers are working really well in defence.
Zoe really enjoys is that
putting their bodies on the line.
But I reckon Pine are playing into their hands because they're playing fast football as well. Even coming out of there, going the one down the line, Warwick. We could have probably.
I like Auskick because I get to play as my sister.
I don't know, but slow the play up so you get more numbers down up at your end of the oval.
Smiley goes forward.
Here's my man. Spread the ball.
Have asked if their daughter has to be in your girls group, and they don't. There
gets
will be
it
some
out
girls
wide, goes to Brad Ryan. And the other one that really hasn't made an impact is Matt Ryan.
Come inside. They need to just find one now. They don't have to play fast all the time.
My girls just love interacting with the other girls.
It's it out wide.
They love kicking a footy. They love
big long kick up forward.
And
up they fly. And a mark, a lovely mark taken. Missed the first time. Knocked it to his advantage. That was clever.
That wasn't. Here he is again, Liam Holtz-Fitz. And as they've taken it in,
after the last one, they had someone leading out really hard up at the high 50. As soon as that ball gets smothered, it turns into a rebound 50 for the opposition, and they've got all their numbers and the play of the ball coming out. That one he's held back, he's called the ball deep inside 50, and they get a good entry there.
So Liam Holt-Fitz has 3 goals, all in the first term, of course, because this is early, 4 minutes into the second. Holt-Fitz, very acute angle, but a noted goal kicker, and I reckon he's hit the post.
Well, it shows he's human.
That should be a 9-pointer, but it's not. It's only a 1-pointer. The Bombers, immediate clearance. At the centre half back. Long raking handball. Is it to advantage? It is to advantage. Port Jimmy been busy. Pushed off the football a little bit too easily. A good tackle there in defence. Cecil Purantatameri hands it back to the field umpire.
That's exactly what he needed to do there. He just didn't need that ball to release. Tiwi had an extra number on the outside, uncontested ball. Take it back out.
McDonald.
Work Tiwi over. Work them over with stoppages.
Centre wing, over the back, McDonald gets it out beautifully by hand to Partington. Partington
to the
finds
open
Williams,
goal,
who's been
kicks on
extremely
goal.
busy.
He snuck that inside the goal post. He has.
Goes forward.
As Ryan parks himself in front, gets the ball down, and the ball goes inside 50.
We're talking about Matt Ryan. It's not on the scoreboard. This is his big chance.
It through for another Southern Districts goal. Jonathan Rossi knows where the goals are.
Out to Jeffrey McDonald. McDonald throws the ball away. Good defence.
Throws up the hand pass, a long hand pass comes out wide, and here's a chance for Fijo.
Might have been a bit too
across
far
his
out.
boot on the check side kick, if you don't mind, from about 30 metres out, and snuck it inside that right-hand goal post for another Southern Districts goal.
Off Williams held the ball up, had 2 players running past, decided to go with the ball, used Stephen Modlock.
Oh, spills to the ground, and a chance for Wanderers at ground level.
Simple, huge pressure.
Matthew Young in the right place at the right time, and
one of the few players that's equally efficient on his left and right foot
and through for another Wanderers goal.
Is Liam Holt-Fitz.
So Simpson down
there.
And
he's dangerous.
Took it off
He's taken his opportunity. He's missed the last 2, but there's a lot of pressure there.
Wanderers
really on at the moment,
so he hooks it around the corner. Everyone's got their hands in the air. It's a great finish.
The everywhere man.
And first goal of the second quarter to Wanderers.
I reckon he's made a blue here. Yeah, good free kick by the field umpire. Put the ball on the ground.
Running through forward 50, finishes nicely once again. So another goal to Southern Districts upon the half volley, and got tackled as he did. And now Fijo out in space again, runs inside 50, kicks long towards goal, straight through the middle once again, and Fijo is finding himself some space and really causing some damage going forward, and this time he did it all himself.
I reckon he's on his distance because they'll be kicking into a bit of a breeze, not directly, but
off one
breeze
step,
will be
kicks long
favouring the
towards
airport end. Palmer kicks and kicks poorly.
Bridge at ground level. Oh, I almost missed his fist with the hand pass.
There, ran too close to the man on the mark.
Into the hands of Roy George, who walks into an open goal. And Southern Districts get there first for the quarter, and in a bit of space, plays on straight away. Kicks long towards the goal square, coming over the top. But ground level, Jonathan Ross was in the right place at the right time as loops the hand pass over the top to Palmer. Palmer kicks long to the goal square. Brander again there. It gets over the back. Oh, clever work at ground level by Bowden. Tapped it up in the air to himself, then ran onto it, hooked the ball round, and gets himself another goal.
Seems to be down back.
Get out of it.
Threw the ball away.
Kicks long down towards Brander, slips through his hands. George at ground level, clever footwork.
Does it and does
Got
it
it back
nicely.
to Brander. He hooks towards goal. It's going all the way, bounces just inside the goal line and bounces through for another Southern District goal. But aside,
I think he's
taking note from the last opportunity. He's going to go back and have a shot, but he was a great lead up there, and that's what he does best. He presents well, puts his chest out, reads the play well.
And
strong and clever, and finished it himself. Centre half forward, and gets on the end of this. He's looking to give it off.
3-5-23. Tiwi Bombers 3-2-20.
He'll just waltz in and have a shot for goal.
Onto the left foot,
he's
right of centre, like that, suits him, sets it up nicely. Didn't quite make the distance, kicking into the breeze.
That's the siren.
Ball on the ground, running hard.
Been to press a bit more, and that's the end of the game. Southern Districts have won by 72 points out here at TIO Stadium.
That time, John Tipalura out for Stanley Tipalura. Tipalura grabs the footy, runs around, stops, props, and chips it over to Desmond to Tiwi Mandamiri. Tiwi Mandamiri goes forward, a poor kick, looking for the player out wide, and the ball is out of bounds.
Yeah, he did that really well there, Stanley Tipalura. You receive the ball out wide, and you try to play on, and you go, but when there's nothing down on the wing, if you've got that ability, you turn back inside and you find one short and try to control the play a bit more.
We see the 50-metre mark, even though
looking for Cammy Eilert.
Drops away.
What a grab by the legend. Eilert spots up a teammate, Brody Philo,
the Bomber goal.
On his own in the goal square, runs in and kicks a very easy goal. Brody Philo, and doesn't he love it? Doubt. And the Nightcliff player loses his feet. Mitch Robinson scoops it up, chucks it on the boot. He's got players there, but a punch away by Nightcliff, but Buffaloes have kicked their first goal of the evening.
Well, I'm not sure where that's come from, Liz, actually. There was just a whole bunch of players there.
Their attack, Stokes running back now. That's Aaron Stokes this time. Kicks across the face of goal. Dangerous there. Nightcliff pick it up, and they kick a quick goal in response. So right in front of the Nightcliff Sports Club.
They go forward.
Tigers able to take it out. A chain of messy handballs, but Philo gets it again and puts it through for an easy goal within the first 30 seconds of this second quarter at Darwin Mazda Nightcliff Oval. In fact, I think it was Cody Zust again for the Darwin Buffaloes and Lee Crossman for the Nightcliff Tigers. So back underway now. It's Nightcliff who get the handball out. Huge kick there. The camera just trying to pick up who it was, and another goal to the Nightcliff Tigers. He's looked up and saw Nicky Yarran in the middle. Yarran takes the mark over the top, and he's got Mitch Robinson out wide. Robbo just puts it on the boot. On the right, the goal umpire doesn't move, and Mitch Robinson has put it through for the Buffaloes' second goal of the game. Body work to work the play off the ball there by Blake Coleman. He's got the ball back. He's going to run in nice and easy, and he's kicked a goal. So Buffaloes get two in a row for the first time all evening through Blake Coleman. Work it out through a chain of handballs. A kick in now to their forward line. There's a one-on-one, and the player over the back has it, turns around, has a shot on goal, and it's gone through for a response by the Nightcliff Tigers. Of the Darwin Buffaloes. Great family. Buffs now with the quick handballs. No clear possession, but kicked off the ground, and it is a goal. It's a goal for the Darwin Buffaloes.
That's been there for the last few weeks. Just doesn't quite
pick it up now, Coco Nicky. He spins one way, spins the other, the former Nightcliff Tiger player. And hits up Blake Coleman down the Nightcliff Tiger Sports Club end. Kicks it, puts it through. The Buffaloes are in front for the first time all game at the 22-minute mark of the third quarter. Kick to the safe hand of Coleman, gives off the quick handball now to Tyrese Raymond. That mark unable to be taken. Raymond gets it back. He runs on goal. He kicks it goal, and the crowd has
poor execution.
That's the skill error.
Tyrese Raymond with a beautiful running goal now.
Especially in there, but you know when that does come
Robbo
off,
needs
that
to run
inside
hard
45
here, and the
kick,
bounces
that's when
favoured
you're
him.
in
He's
your
got
position.
he's got
You
Daniel
open that
Stafford on his
corridor,
own.
you
He's
open
going to run into
the
goal.
overlap
Big Daniel Stafford. He
yourself to
takes a
attack through,
bounce.
but
He
if you
shows
make that
the
error,
position the ball, and he kicks it through, and the Buffaloes have kicked another goal. Daniel Stafford with some entertaining football there.
Over the football.
High throw in. Stafford just belting it down for Buffaloes. Tigers in
low, lovely tackle low.
Tigers have kicked a goal.
The ball is held up.
Can hear the cheers from the far side.
They had a heavy rain today before this game on the oval.
Darwin Buffaloes have defeated the Nightcliff Tigers here at Darwin Mazda Nightcliff Oval. 12-6, 78 to the Tigers, 11-5, 71. What a game of footy.
Looking for a fun day out with your family or friends? Head on over to Palmerston Mini Golf. With our beautifully landscaped course suitable for all ages, you'll have a blast playing mini golf here at Palmerston. We offer the perfect setting for kids' birthday parties, complete with special packages to make their day unforgettable. And if you're looking to have some fun with your mates, we have you covered too. Play during the day or under lights. We're open until 10 p.m.
Running hard after the football, Jeffrey McDonald. Working nicely. Liam Holt
Find us at the Palmerston Golf and Country Club.
Umpire letting the ball go. No mark taken. off the ground. McDonald, Tippenwoody, Brendan Cantilla. Beat them both.
Really well done there.
Yeah, Brad Ryan did beat them both.
Strong defender, Brad Ryan. Good intercept marker. I know he didn't take that one on that occasion, but he's got back on the ground, competed with two Tiwi players to win the footy.
Ryan kicks it out of defensive 50. Point.
That was like, it might look like not look like a lot, but that was really smart. He deliberately patted it down, then deliberately made it look unintentional, but he got that ball out just to get a bit of pressure off their backs and have another stoppage. Great effort.
Fine form these opening few 7 rounds. Collis early with the touch there.
Nicely.
Clark on the right boot.
Doesn't get much of it, but what he does is good. Holt Fitz. Was he taken high? Holt Fitz at centre half back. Inside defensive 50.
He's everywhere. He's playing really well. I don't know if he's noticed this loose man on the wing, but he goes out the other side.
Right. Goes back. Got to be good. Ethan Smith, outside defensive 50. They switch. On the outer. Point. Short. No mark taken, Motlop. Has a bounce after 2 metres. Kicks. Usually long. Usually to advantage. Inside 50. But the defence of the Bombers is certainly up to the task. They run hard, nice and cool for them, comparatively. Brendan Cantilla sitting out the back, waiting for Ethan Smith to make a mistake, but he doesn't make too many.
He's gone to Elliot Chalmers there. Chalmers comes inside. Sam.
Series of handballs. Scrow. Motlop. Short. Point. Now they'll come into the corridor. Couldn't take the mark. It's the first mistake Holt Fitz has made. Dragged in the tackle. Brendan Wiley. Braden Wiley.
And I know that they're trying to engage Stephen, or pursue that that runner off halfback, encourage that handball for him and Penrith, because even that play where Liam Holtz Fitz on back here a couple of minutes ago was involved and got the free kick. Stephen really pushed hard to get out the other side, so they're generating that run. But then on the other side of that, if you turn that footy over, Tiwi always find the legs to attack.
Now, is he going to kick this? Because there's only been 1 goal kicked in 17 minutes of footy. So Holt Fitz played a lone hand up forward. Holt Fitz still played a lone hand up forward. He has 4, Point have 4, and Point lead 4-5-29. The Tiwi Bombers 3-3-21, 17.5 minutes into Q2.
Yeah, he's playing great. He's down here, obviously having a few touches down at half back, and he's working really hard. So I don't know whether he's found his legs and come into the season now. He's had a really great game 2 weeks ago before the bye, so he's in some
5,
and he's in some great form, and it looks like he's going to kick another 5, if not more, today. The Cheney medalist.
Played in 3 Nightcliff premierships, so he knows what NTFL footy's about.
What do they say? 1 out of 3 ain't bad?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, for Met, best on ground anyway, not for premierships, because they...
Field umpire, what do we got? We're going to have a chat. Someone has, and we don't know which way it's going to go, but someone has infringed with the 6, 6 and 6. Smiley. His opponent this time is Smythe. Smiley, the tall... Oh, I think he whacked someone high there. Picked up that time nicely by Chalmers. Was it well?
Backed up well there, Chalmers.
He did, didn't he? Very good. Chalmers onto the right boot. Goes forward.
Nothing's happened.
Looked like there was a shepherd. I think the umpire indicated a shepherd off play.
Matty Ryan, I reckon as soon as he heard that he's got the ball tucked under, as soon as he heard it was a free kick downfield, I just saw him just tuck that hard under his shoulder as any forward does. They don't
Give it to me, yeah.
Everyone sort of looks around like, who gets to take it?
Me.
You
would know, Thomas. I've seen you do that.
I'd run from 10 deep.
Yeah, time and time again. So it is Ryan. Hasn't kicked a goal because Liam Holt-Fitz has got them all. Ryan now still hasn't kicked a goal, and a mark taken in defence. The Bombers, defensive error. They've got to work hard now. They've mucked it up a bit. Darley knocked off the footy. Series of handballs. Picked up the pointers. Crossed the face of goal. Just got a toenail to the football. Play on called the umpire. The umpiring's been okay, Thomas.
Yeah. Well, that's when I think if you're not pointing anything out, then they're doing a good job.
Yep.
Well, they do a good job every week, turning up and volunteering and letting us play a game of footy. So
across the face of goal and the minor score. So closing in on half time, or closing in on it's just time on in the second quarter. Pint probably a little wasteful. They've had plenty of it up there in their front half. 4-6-30, leading the Bombers 3-3-21. Noting that the Pointers led by 7 points at quarter time. They've extended that lead massively. They lead by 9 points as we close in on half time. The Bombers, nice mark. Big smiley. Waiting for it. Good defensive work. Chipped in Cantilla. That's Brendan Cantilla. Gets it back. Chipped forward inside defensive 50. Love the way that he plays Edward Purantata Mary Dunn. Kim Cantilla. Don't mind him either. That's knocked over. Play on called the umpire. Paying the advantage. Didn't get much of a chance. Kick on goal and miss across the face of goal. So wasteful. Pointer wasteful 4-6-30. The Tiwi Bombers now not officially wasteful, but 3-4-22. Should have made more of that.
And they're lucky it skimmed past Jerome Tippermenta Mary's face there and just went through for a behind because he was almost in the right place at the right time.
That's the brother. Brad gets it across. Stephen Motlop. Motlop goes forward. Outside defensive 50. Brody Motlop. Across the face of goal. Picked up Smith. Been okay. Smith, what's he got in mind? As a player wide. Gaydon. Gets it out.
Nice kick. Brad Ryan. Awesome. So this is the one now where you want to find something inside, which he's done. But
chipped in. Perhaps took a little bit too long. Immediately hit the ground running. And Kim Cantilla. Cantilla has a goal. Got one in the first. Also, Riley Bice has a goal. Edward Purantata Mary Dunn has a goal. The goals for the Pointers, the 4 of them, have been kicked by Liam Holt-Fitz. Kim Cantilla can bring his team back within 2 points. Come on, Thomas, make a prediction.
I reckon he'll put it through.
Kim Cantilla. Pretty much directly in front. Distance, not an issue. It's the one of accuracy, or is it distance? Accuracy. It's the one. He did put it through, unfortunately, to the left. It is half-time. Point 4-6-30, leading the Tiwi Bombers 3-5-23. Just sum up that quarter. It was not much happening.
There was a lot happening, but there was a lot happening between the arcs. Pint, I actually think Pint were on top, and I think they're 4 goals 6, but I reckon they should be. If you don't include Matt Ryan, where his 2 fell short on the line, include those as shots as well. So they're generating a lot of shots, and I reckon they had a lot of territory in that quarter. The problem is when they do make skill errors and they don't execute that skill, just like Ethan Penrith made the right decision there and didn't execute. It's a turnover in a really costly area of the ground, and they turn that just straight into a set shot on goal. So point. I know Shannon will be going in there. He'll be talking about execution. How do they move that ball? But Tiwi would be really happy with themselves being able to play that springboard footy off half back and turn their opportunities into goal scores. And Tiwi would be really happy. Any club, 7 points in the game is anyone's game. There's still a half of footy to go.
It is anyone's game. It is half-time. It was the Pointers by 7 points at quarter time. It is the Pointers by 7 points at half-time. Just the goal kickers. Liam Holt-Fitz has 4 for the Pointers. That's all their 4 goals. Singles for the Bombers, Kim Cantilla, Riley Bice and Edward Puruntada Mary Dunn. And we'll be back here with more after the half-time break.
You are one of over 148,000 people living in an area at risk of being affected by a cyclone this wet season. In your cyclone kit, you'll need a battery-operated radio, a torch with spare batteries, enough food, and at least 10 litres of water per person to sustain you and your family for 72 hours or more. All important documentation such as passports, treasured photos, and insurance policies should be kept in a safe and waterproof place. Be prepared this wet season.
Ball comes out. St Mary's go forward, inside forward 50. That's their first inside forward 50. The big man Korowa runs after the footy, kicks a goal and nails the first one. 50 seconds in, if you don't mind. St Mary's on the board, 1 straight 6. The Bombers yet to score. Fantastic. And the best player, I reckon, so far, Edward Puruntada Mary Dunn for the Bombers. They go forward and over the back. And the noted goal kicker and inside 40 seconds. Lovely goal there. And that was by Roy Cantilla. I reckon he threw that. Gets the ball up to Heenan. Heenan normally very good with the kick. Kicks on goal. Pick up that player. Pick up that player in the middle of the ground. Was that our skipper? I reckon that's our skipper, Brendan Cantilla. What a goal! And in the quarter, tossed in by the boundary umpire. Korowa in front, picked up and does it easy. How easy is this game? Jack Klusky. Conway gets it forward. Handball out. Another handball wide. Not sure why he went wide. See who that player is out there, because that was nice. Teammate forward, Clues.
Into the pocket.
Klusky goes forward. Beautifully done. And number four coming up 3 this term for Jackson Calder. Darley, 1 bounce. Onto the right foot. Got a player forward. In they go. Cantilla runs into an open goal for him and nails it 2 on the trot.
That is exactly what we were looking for from the Tiwi Bombers.
Just the ball out wide to Souter. Souter goes across the face of goal. Dylan Lant, the skipper, kicks on goal and absolutely nails it. Hard after the football, Ted Castle. Ted Castle across the body, looking for Korowa. Korowa, a direct shot on goal, and Tex Korowa.
He's nailed that.
My word, he has. He's got 3. Long way from goal. There's no
Only one man inside forward 50 for the
down there. Can Korowa take the mark? He can't take the mark, but he gets the ball, knocks it down, runs his full measure, kicks on the left, and Korowa has done a fantastic job. Well done to him. To Offermans. Brave, very brave there by Vallejo. They lay it off.
Another one.
Handball in, handball running past. Onto the left boot, inside forward 50. Kick on goal. Is that another one?
It is indeed.
Is that another one? It is. That's Jack Klusky. He has 3. That's Roy Cantilla. One way, then the other. Picked up by Rioli. Rioli kicks on goal, but unfortunately across the face. Still in play. Stanley Tipalura across his shoulders, and I reckon he's nailed it. I reckon Stanley has nailed it. He has. Probably too little, too late. Chaps. He rucked, he roved, he got the forward inside forward 50. There goes Calder. Calder gets it out to Lant, and is Lant got number 4?
Oh, he has too. Yes, he has.
He has got number 4. Handball back. Plenty of time. Missed.
There it is. Well, it was a pretty dominant win for St Mary's in the end, 22-14, 146 to the Tiwi Bombers, 10-13, 73.
So we're here on a Friday night for our NAB AFL Auskick, where we run a girls only option and the kids are pumped, ready to rock and roll and have some fun with the footage.
We signed our daughter up for Auskick because her big brother did Auskick last year and she just loves it. I thought signing her up for a girls only group would be a great chance for her to kind of be with some friends in a comfortable environment.
The thing about a girls only team that I think Zoe really enjoys is that she gets to run around with like-minded girls. They get distracted, they do cartwheels, they hold hands, they sing. It just makes it a bit more of a fun experience.
I like Auskick because I get to play with my sister. We love Auskick!
A number of parents have asked if their daughter has to be in your girls group, and they don't. There will be some girls that will naturally just gravitate to brothers or cousins and join the boys group and have just as much fun if it were to be single sex. So yeah, there's definitely options there every Friday night.
My girls just love interacting with the other girls here. They love kicking a footy, they love learning the skills, and they love the hot dog at the end. I love joining in with my girls. I actually can't help myself, and I love to see the skills not only of my kids but of the other kids in their girls only group really developing over the clinic.
Eve just loves playing the games, learning new things. She'll be doing it then for the rest of the weekend, doing her favourite kicks, telling us how many goals she kicked on Friday night.
The best thing about Auskick is that it's really fun. It's lots of fun for them.
Yeah!
Off and running as the hand pass comes over the top to Jackson East. East running in to the open goal, kicks on goal. I think he snuck that inside the goal post. He has. As Ryan parks himself in front, gets the ball down and the ball goes inside 50 now. Ross shrugs the tackle now, runs back towards goal and bangs it through for another Southern Districts goal. Jonathan Ross, he knows where the goals are, Gray. Plenty of Districts players here as Rusker pounces on that. Throws up the hand pass, a long hand pass comes out wide, and here's a chance for Fijo, who throws it across his boot on a check side kick, if you don't mind, from about 30 metres out, and snuck it inside that right-hand goal post for another Southern Districts goal. Middle line, out near the boundary line, he's got a player over the top, just gives that a bit of air, and spills to the ground, and a chance for Wanderers at ground level.
Simple,
just Matthew Young in the right place at the right time, and just dribbled it through the vacant goal square and through for another Wanderers goal. So Simpson down there took it off hands, got a quick kick into the danger area at the top of the goal square. Here's a chance for Wanderers as it comes to Davidson. He hooks it around the corner. Everyone's got their hands in the air. It's a great finish. And first goal of the second quarter to Wanderers. And just another long hand pass forward by Grace. Gets it back to Bowden. Bowden running through forward 50, finishes nicely once again. So another goal to Southern Districts up on the half volley, and got tackled as he did. And now Fijo out in space again, runs inside 50, kicks long towards goal, straight through the middle once again, and Fijo's finding himself some space and really causing some damage going forward, and this time he did it all himself. Over the top to Schwartz. He does so, and now Schwartz off one step, kicks long towards full forward to Pethiebridge at ground level. Oh, I almost missed his fist with the hand pass, and it just slid straight into the hands of Roy George, who walks into an open goal. And Southern Districts get their first for the quarter, and in a bit of space, plays on straight away. Kicks long towards the goal square, coming over the top. But at ground level, Jonathan Ross was in the right place at the right time as loops the hand pass over the top to Palmer. Palmer kicks long to the goal square. Brander again there. It gets over the back. Oh, clever work at ground level by Bowden. Tapped it up in the air to himself, then ran onto it, hooked the ball round and gets himself another goal. So to get out of it, now kicks long down towards Brander, slips through his hands. George at ground level, clever footwork. Got it back to Brander, he hooks towards goal. It's going all the way, bounces just inside the goal line and bounces through for another Southern District goal, but aside. Lee runs over the top of it, and so Districts have worked it back. Brander gets rid of his opponent, takes the ball and now snaps towards goal, and he's got himself another one. As just too big and strong and clever, and finished it himself. Centre-half forward and gets on the end of this. He's looking to give it off. Fijo has found some space, and he'll just waltz in and have a shot for goal, and easy as you like, finishes like that, and line and throw in once again. As the siren goes.
As I said, yeah, the finger has been to press a bit more, and that's the end of the game. Southern Districts have won by 72 points out here at TIO Stadium. And
Pointer running onto the oval to start the second half here at DXE Technology Arena, with the Pint currently up by 7 points. Didn't extend that lead at quarter time, Ian.
No, it was 7 point to the Pointers at quarter time and 7 points at half time. Pint have kicked 4 goals. Liam Holt-Fitz has kicked them all, and 3 single goal kickers for the Bombers: Kim Cantilla, Riley Bice and Edward Puruntatamiri Dunn. But the other results that have come so far today in round 8, Thomas, and St Mary's did the job on Palmerston that we expected, but other games it's a must win for Pint because they can keep in touch.
Yeah, definitely. So this is huge again, and you know they were in a sort of a tussle with Wanderers as well. I know Shannon will be in there speaking about last year's results and results that they should have won and got on top of, and you know, being a Premier League side and trying to get into the finals, they definitely need to find their feet and mature and find their confidence and put games away like this. And I'm sure, and we're not assuming that Tiwi are out of this by no instance, but Tiwi need to do the same. They'll be taking their opportunities, and they're playing great footy when they need to at times.
But certainly Waratah did the job on Darwin Buffalo, so that makes it important again for Pint today, just to keep in touch with the top 5 teams.
Yeah, definitely. And Nycliffe are out on top of Southern Districts at the moment. It's only the first quarter out there, but that makes it really interesting because you know, it brings them back down. It gives Pints an opportunity to get up on their win-loss ratio. So they'll be really keen to execute this second half. I hope they've taken in what Shannon said in that second half time address. Tiwi will be out there as well trying to, you know, work through. I'm sure Patrick Bowden's working with his players on a plan, but that outside brand, that uncontested brand works for Tiwi. When they've needed to, they've taken their opportunities. They don't need many opportunities, which is crazy to think about, the opportunities that they've had compared to Pints and the time that the ball spent inside Pints forward 50 at stages in that quarter, and just not able to convert those into goals either through inaccuracy or decision making. But yeah, they need to really get on top and put this game away, especially in this third quarter.
So the ball's been on the ground, and Liam Holt-Fitz with his 4 goals has been outstanding. Kim Cantilla with 1, Riley Bice with 1, Edward Puruntatamiri Dunn. Neither team, and particularly since Matt Ryan, who was quite outstanding at centre-half forward for the Pointers, the captain of the Pointers, can't get himself into the game.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. players go through that. Not every player is going to perform well every single week. And that's when you're playing a really good club, other players are around you are there to step up and take the load. So it's not on you every week.
So here we are, about to start the third quarter. Carlson Cantilla. He'll be in ruck. Against McDonald. Cantilla. McDonald it was. Just the extra height. Gets the ball down in the Darley direction. He's wrapped up in the middle and we'll have the secondary bounce.
Great tackle there by Elliot Chalmers, and that was great as well. So they've lost the Tiwi, got the first possession, but Pints are lucky enough to keep it in play. There's Elliot again.
Elliot Chalmers again. McDonald won the tap. Port Jimmy swings onto his preferred left foot. Goes forward, looking for a player out there. McDonald, Tipperwoody. Had a couple of good passages in the first half. McDonald, Tipperwoody needs to do more. That was a terrible kick. And the mark taken by the brother. And we keep calling him the brother. Brad Ryan.
Great kick. This is what they need. Intercept mark. Kick inside. Handball. That's what they need to generate that run. Out to their man, Liam Holtz-Fitz on a one-on-one.
And they're immediately 50. Inside forward 50. A one-on-one, as you said, Liam Holtz-Fitz. The man looking after him, Michael Thompson. And Michael Thompson has got to lift his game a little bit.
That's exactly the play. That type of play there. Intercept mark, kick inside into the corridor, spread the ball wide and get it inside 50. That is the play that players and teams and coaches want to play and practice and maintain at training every single week, and they try to emulate it in the game.
In front, the tap was won by Rory Taggart. Ball on the ground, picked up, handball back. Hung on to. Barged his way through, taken high. Pint inside forward 50 to the mark. Taggart missed the mark, sold the dummy. Out they go by hand, the Bombers. Brendan Cantilla probably could have been holding the ball that time, or illegal disposal. Kim Cantilla. Just the pressure of the Pint forward line. Pint defensive work by the Pint forwards. Too far out to score. Swing onto the left foot. 65 metres from goal. Up for grabs. Over the back. The Bombers need to be precise.
It's 2-on-1 out here.
Kick it outside forward 50. Kick off the ground. Out of bounds? No. Kept it in nicely. Well done. Gets the ball out to, that time, Benjamin Smythe. Jeffrey McDonald kicks across the face of goal. So once again, the small forwards are doing all the damage for both sides.
That's what they need to do, but, be active on the ground, get those ground inside forward 50 ground ball gets. Didn't convert that time, but, it keeps the pressure up.
Play on called the umpire. John Tipalura goes back out to Darley. Been fantastic. Sam Darley. Up the centre. Brendan Cantilla. Been terrific. Lays off by hand. Gets it forward. Edward Purantara Mary Dunn. Darley. Tap. Grandstands. A comedy of errors. Inside, Williams can't grab the football. Running hard, Carlson Cantilla. Cantilla, beautiful kick wide. Hasn't done much at all, Roy Cantilla. Cantilla goes forward, looking for John Tipalura. Tipalura handballs to a 2-on-1, and Pint will clear, and they clear nicely. Stephen Motlop takes the mark inside defensive 50. Motlop's done the job very nicely on Roy Cantilla. Maybe it's time to move Motlop a little bit of class into the centre of the ground. What do you reckon about that, Thomas?
Yeah, I agree 100%. They've tried and they've tried to make it work. He's done what he's needed to do down there, but I reckon Stephen performs exceptionally well in the midfield, and he might not get the goals or the numbers, but his stoppage work, in and around the contest.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah, you are in some, but I reckon they're not doing too bad down back in what they're doing. Ethan Penrith's still down there.
Warwick Williams going okay down there.
Yeah, Brad Ryan's taken intercept marks and doing really well with his kicking down back.
So get Motlop
maybe move him up or get him more attacking. Give him that licence.
Ball forward, Taggart. The chop out ruckman. Picked up nicely that time, Michael Thompson. One of his few possessions, but the ball is out of bounds once again. It's a long way across there, Thomas.
Yeah, and you're seeing a lot of Tiwi players, even 80 90 metres away from the ball inside 50, where DuPont you know, really, what they press up. I know that just off screen they've got an extra number down in defence, but how do they stop Tiwi from kicking this ball going forward?
I don't know, but that's Point. Go backwards. Do it nicely. Back further. Cross the face of goal. When are they going to go forward?
Well,
here's your man again. This is
Brad. This is the brother.
Brad Ryan. Yeah, the brother.
The brothers Ryan.
Motlop.
They've done well here. I don't mind this slow play. This is what they need to do. Like a mature team, just because Tiwi's playing fast and attacking against you all the time, you need to identify when you play slow structured footy.
Yeah. Williams, nicely forward. The Point defence. Running through hard. Well done. Braden Wiley. Wiley kicks outside defensive 50. Took a dive, that Bomber player. Good call by the field umpire. Here he goes. One bounce. Kicks and kicks poorly. Goodness gracious me. That was Roy Cantilla. Made a meal of that.
Yeah, and that's, you know, Cantilla there. That's a couple of times now. So the Point players move up as the ball is going inside 50. But Cantilla there has sat out, and you've just got to be mindful. And whether you keep them at arm's reach, you just have to play, you know, amend your style of play and the way you want to come up and press up, because if they get it on the outside, they get opportunities like that, which kills you.
No, they'll kill you. That's right. Ball tossed in. Tag it. Done pretty well in the ruck as the chop out. Handball. Penrith goes across the face of goal. Harrison Marr. One of the many left footers. Marr goes for
done really well.
Clever
there.
Tap.
Find that just a little one inside there.
Runs his full measure. Looking for his 3 Bomber players. They all overran the football. Picked up, chipped forward.
Can we get Liam Holtzfitz on the ground?
Over the back, it's Tanner Blackney-Nor. In dispute. Dragged off the football. Kick across the face. Touched off the boot. No mark. Play on called the umpire. Well done. Jeffrey McDonald. Smashed to the ground. Taking no prisoners in there, the Bomber defence. They've been very, very good. Pine. Top of the square stuff. Over the back, and we have a rush behind. So a lot of work by the Pointers. They've worked overtime, but have only advanced by the solitary point. 4-8-32 to 3-5-23.
He was a bit taller there, Jeffrey. I'd have mistaken him from Ibrahimovic, the soccer player, the way,
oh, yeah.
the way he put it over his head.
Briston hasn't done much. Briston favours the boundary line, but just too tall. Well, he looked too tall, Motlop. I suppose he is compared to Brendan Cantilla.
Well, there's another one. If he has a contest there, loses his feet, you know, they get it out the back. But he's identified, he just needs to find the line. Like a smart defender, he's just one-on-one, get it out. They've got they need to get on top here in the stoppages and the ball up. So we'll see how they go here.
McDonald trying to do everything, trying to ruck, trying to rove. Gets the ball out, does it nicely. Motlop across the face of goal. Here they go. Can they work it out? Bomber defenders on top.
Really good link up.
Yeah, enough pressure there by your Harrison Marr on the left foot. Over the back, Penrith. Very good. But persistence paid off there by the Bombers, but Penrith, his persistence was also good. As they just about run inside forward 50, a kick and a half out from goal, or 2 kicks out from goal. Left half forward between wing and half forward. Point in attack. Point leading 4-8-32. The Tiwi Bombers 3-5-23. 8.5 minutes into Q3.
And as we've just identified, maybe for Stephen to go in the midfield, he's had about 6 touches in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, as you do.
Yeah.
Great ball use there. Great. They moved the ball really well. Link up handball.
There they go, the big left footer. Is that because they're under pressure? I mean, that really was a nothing kick.
Yeah, and that's, you know, coming inside, you are under a bit of pressure, but, you know, you need to be able to practice that, simulate that at training and make that inside 50 kick to a bit more of advantage. You give Matty an opportunity, get your crummers involved if he doesn't take a mark.
Dangerous Jeffrey McDonald. Can he weave some magic? He does weave the magic, but he got the gaps mixed up. I think he thought that they were the goals.
He did a Malcolm Blight.
Yeah. Gee, that's a long time ago. Sam Darley. to bring the ball back.
So out of Tiwi, they've been good moving the ball out of their back line, Tiwi.
Normally they last for a quarter and a half, but they've been in the game all the time. Terrific. John Tipalura. Still inside defensive 50. Desmond Tipiomandamiri. Now they're outside defensive 50. Nice kick in the corridor down the line. Pushed out by the field according to the field umpire, and a good decision. Big McDonald.
So they just need to be really smart here, Pint. Maybe find one. Yep. Let's stay in.
Boundary umpire says no. Hands the ball back nicely. Normally you'd get angry. Cecil Puruntatameri chips forward. Who? Sam Darley, of course. Darley in front of the commentary. Swings around. No one in particular. Ball on the ground. Pint, we've got some work to do. Will he swing around and kick? Bice only got a left foot. Bice across the face of goal. Whacked the arms away. Play on called the umpire. Good call.
Nice kick.
A lovely kick. Mark taken that time by Kyle Kirk.
They need to be smart.
Kirk
Someone
had
present.
to tag it. Taggart kicks on goal and misses to the left. So they had enough of it. 4-10-34. That is officially wasteful. Pint?
Yeah, it's inaccurate, isn't it? And it's costly because they could have a decent lead at this stage.
The Bombers, 3-5-23.
Here, Brad Ryan, just 5 metres away from us on the boundary line.
He looks like the brother. But he's a right footer. He's done a good job, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. He's played a great game tonight.
Tossed in by the boundary umpire nicely. Kim Cantilla. Goes by hand to Brendan Cantilla. Cantilla can't take it. Off the handball of Cantilla. So there's Cantillas everywhere.
Great work there. They just forced that ball through run. Kim Cantilla. Here's the man Tipper.
McDonald, Tippenwoody. And
got numbers out wide if Brodie Modlop can get it out.
He does, and does it nicely. So the handball came out from Brad Ryan. Gee, he's nearly best man on the ground, I reckon, Brad Ryan. Been very good down back. Ball chipped across, no mark taken.
Well, they just need to be sensible here because they're playing into Tiwi's hands, playing fast.
Jeffrey McDonald got a couple to beat and can't beat 2 or 3 of them, and John Tipalura clears nicely. Darley goes by hand.
There's that run. There's this Tiwi run.
Chip off the side. They've got no one to kick to down there.
They just need to find Stevens out wide.
Warwick Williams, bad handball. Bombers under pressure.
This is where you need to find a mark. Ian, you just need to find a little mark. Here we go.
Cross the face of goal and hold play up. No, played on immediately. Motlop had a bounce after 2 metres.
They have numbers here. They just need to be sensible about this entry.
Here's the goal kicker. Has 4. Has he got 5? No, he hit the post and they remain wasteful. 4-11-35. They've extended their 7.3 half-time lead to 12 points. They go forward. Pint, have it. Poor kick, or perhaps it wasn't a poor kick. He meant to go over the top. This time, kick on goal. Who's that player? He's finally done it. Another minor score.
Sam Caldwell.
Gee whiz. They're coach killers, aren't they?
They are. Well, you know, you're so close and you can see the pressures there, but it just doesn't turn into, you know, getting that distance on the scoreboard. And it's frustrating. And then it becomes a mental hurdle to overcome. Because you as a forward, you know what's happening. It takes a lot of effort to get that out of your mind and reset yourself.
Michael Thompson to Puruntatameri. It's Cecil Puruntatameri. Puruntatameri outside defensive 50. The whistle blew. Why did the whistle blow? Puruntatameri, take 2. Outside defensive 50 favours the grandstand side here at DXC Arena. You can't deny the intensity of the Bombers. They're serving it up to a much bigger team.
No, they haven't stopped. When they've had opportunities to run through the middle, they generate their runs. Stephen's trying to get a 1-2 here. Comes out wide.
Does
need to spread hard. They need to work the ball well and make the right decision.
Big, long bomb. Who's down there? Where's Ryan? In front, the Bombers. Ball on the ground. Looking for Liam Holt. Fitz. Big Taggart. Big-bodied player. Gets it out to Scrow. Scrow swings around onto the right boot. Terrible kick forward. And they maintain.
You know, the way they've moved the ball, Pine, has been fantastic. Shannon would be really happy up until the point of the entry. You know, it's a bit wasteful, just even there, just playing into Tiwi's hands, fast footy. They need to just, you know, be a bit more mature up the stairs and pick the right decision.
A quick play the ball. Take 2 again. Inside defensive 50. The whistle blows. Oh, my goodness gracious. Are we going to have the relayed kick? They're inside the area, or are they going to have the... Yep. The relayed kick forward. John Tipalura. Cross the face of goal. Cecil Puruntatameri. Puruntatameri. 3 kicks out from goal. Goes forward. Port Jimmy drops what he should have taken. Certainly dropped what he should have taken. Got to do this. Port Jimmy goes one way, falls on the ground, taken high. Play on called the umpire. McDonald Tippenwoody used a bit of strength. McDonald Tippenwoody over his head to no one in particular. Port Jimmy has another turn. Goes by hand. But the point defence just playing calm, clever football.
Good kick out of pressure here. They've got some numbers on the wing. Can he get it out?
Lovely kick forward. That might be 50. Yes. That's mucked it up, and Matt Ryan will finally get on the board. Just unnecessary, Thomas.
There's a bit of to and fro. If I was Matty, I'd be picking the ball up and going straight to the goal line. So they're going to get out of jail here because the 50 metre obviously is going to turn into a goal.
And it was a warranted 50. There's no doubt.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And Matt Ryan does what he normally does. Ryan has the goal.
They've done really well there. Kick under pressure, cleared the ball. Wasn't the greatest kick off the boot, but Stephen knew where he needed it to go. Out to Holtz Fitz. Extra numbers out on the wing there, and Matty Ryan, as he does, hit up really well.
Was in front. So that's the first goal of the third term, and we're 17.5 minutes in, and the Pinters, they get it. 5-13-43. At 20, it's jumped out to 20 points, and the Bombers languishing 3-5-23.
Yeah, it's out to 20. Started from 7, but they've sort of crept there, haven't they? With the amount of points they've slowly ticked over through rush behinds and whatnot. But
so the Bombers have hit a brick wall. They haven't scored in 18 minutes of the term.
Yeah, well, they just play between the arcs, and it's just that conversion. I don't know whether it's that talent up forward, but that lot of football between the arcs back and forward, and Pine have been the same, coming inside 50, but they're going a bit deeper, obviously, but then that not turning that into a goal.
And the bigger bodies, I think, are starting to run harder and straighter.
And it's also structure comes into play, because when you get tired, if you play to a structure, Ian, then you don't have to think, oh, that slippery ball.
Liam Holt Fitz just cannot find the handle. Taken high in the tackle. Play on called the umpire advantage, and the left footer. They just cannot buy a goal, the Pointers.
Another poster.
Yeah.
I reckon that's 3 for the night.
Yep. That's 5. Is it 5-14? 44. 21-point lead. Darley. Where's he going to go? Runs his full measure. Kicks it outside. Ryan in front. Here's a play that we haven't seen too much of. Lucas.
Good effort there. He's forced a turnover through his pressure.
Goes forward.
So this is the one now. So how do you, when you get a slow play outside 50, where's Warwick going to put it?
Is that Williams? Where's he going to put it?
through the big sticks.
We'll let the crowd tell the story. But they moved to 6.14. They're still wasteful, aren't they? 6.14.50. Tiwi Bombers 3.5.23. And as I mentioned, the Bombers haven't worried the scoreboard attendant at all in this term, which about to tick into time on.
Yeah, they're starting to push away, and that Shannon would be really pleased as the coach, and players on the oval start to build the confidence, and this is where the game can start to get away. You get out of that gridlock, and the game starts to open up a bit more. So we'll see how we go with the remainder of this quarter and going into the last.
So some better players for Point. Liam Holt-Fitz has been terrific. Brad Ryan down back's been good. Stephen Motlop, Warwick Williams and Ethan Penrith. They've been very, very good, the Pointers. We'll get onto the Bombers. Forward they go again. They'll get the clearance. Tap the ball along. Inside forward 50. Scrow over the football. Another small forward. Better players for the Bombers so far. Riley Bice. Sam Darley's been terrific. Brendan Cantilla. Anthony McDonald-Tippenwoody's had his moments. Carlson Cantilla been quiet by his normal standards. Kim Cantilla has had his moments as well. But the better players have been with the Pointers.
Yeah, and Tiwi have played some really good football in passages. That, they've always been known for their run style of footy.
McDonald will get it out. Nice handball away.
Great forward 50 pressure.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you can see they've kicked that's it. They've kicked a couple. They kicked a couple of goals. They stretched that lead out. It entices you a bit more into, getting in and putting that pressure on.
That 50-metre penalty given away by Tanner Blackney-Knorr to Matty Ryan might be crucial. Point, Scrow, chip. Williams, he's only got 3 to beat, might have been taken high.
He should have zagged.
He calls a play on. Wandered off the line. Tag it, big body. Couple of players to beat. Michael Dunn, we haven't seen much of him. Ball kicked off the ground beautifully. But the mark taken deep in defence.
Good effort there by Warwick Williams and second effort to, just affect that play.
Bice. Got to take the mark, didn't take the mark. Under pressure immediately, picked up, on the run, kicks on goal. And again, misses to the left. 6:15.51, 3:5.23. Closing in on three-quarter time.
Yeah, they just need to see this quarter at Tiwi. If I'll be going long to the boundary. You just don't want a goal late.
Reset.
Yeah, that's right. You just don't want a goal late in this quarter for Pint.
There it is, three-quarter time. Not much happened except Pint extended its lead. 6:15.51. Tiwi Bombers 3:5.23. Thomas Motlop sum up that rough and tough and pretty scrappy quarter of football.
Yeah, it was scrappy at times, but it was a funny quarter because there were some great passages of play. Tiwi had their moments, forcing the ball, generating their run with Kim Cantilla off the half back line, linking up through the midfield and just forcing it. Even Pints at times, they had some really good play coming out of half back. But when they got their goals, they got them unexpectedly, if I can say that. And the plays that they had and they expected to kick goals on sort of went into the boundary. So it was a funny quarter. Pint got there in the end, but they'd be looking to put Tiwi away in this last quarter.
Well, the Pointers kicked 2 goals 9 in that third term. It is probably a winning 2 goals 9. I'm sure Shannon Motlop would have preferred it to be 9-2, but it wasn't. It was 2-9. But on the other side of the coin, the Bombers, they didn't score. We'll be back with more in the final term after the short break.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Process. And a bit of constructive talk. I know it's hard, we've been all from the same footy club, but we've come together for this. Show that passion in the NT Guernsey, get in their face.
Here at TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Played their hearts out, and obviously it's not what we play 6-6-6 and 7 on the bench, so it was a little bit different. But you know what, we can't ask for anything more. The girls put their bodies on the line, and they went in and they went hard, and you know, some of it was unrewarded, but that's footy.
Hello, welcome back again to DXC Arena. down here at the home oval of the Pint Football Club and Cricket Club, I guess. But find ourselves with Pint in the lead of the third quarter.
28 points, Thomas. So they extended from 7 points at quarter time, 7 points at half time, and they kicked 2 goals at 9 in that third term and held the Tiwi Bombers scoreless as Carlson Cantilla won the tap. Ethan Penrith, one of the watertight defenders down there, together with the brother of the captain, Brad Ryan. He's been fantastic, as has Stephen Motlop. There's Williams once again, been close to best player on the ground. Pint got the clearance. Motlop kicked the ball off the ground. Is Motlop still down back? Where's Stephen?
I'm not too sure. I'd imagine he'd stay there. He had a good quarter that quarter.
Yeah,
so
had plenty of it.
I don't think they're trying to do anything out of the ordinary to win this game. Shannon was very big on playing tempo footy and closing this game out.
Penrith gets it out. Williams onto the right boot. Does it easily. Pint will switch. They switch into the middle. Poor kick. Over the top. Handball. Sold the dummy beautifully. Well done to Kelbfell. Inside forward 50. But there's no talls down there. Sam Darley will mop up. Done a power of work. Clean bowled a teammate down there. And Kelbfell once again.
They need to mow the grass. We can't see.
Plays it hard, doesn't he, Kelbfell?
Yeah, Shadow was huge on even inside 50. He said lower the eyes at three-quarter time break. Lower the eyes when we're going inside 50. And I thought we saw that with the inaccuracy because we had a lot of rush behinds from Pint, kicking in deep and getting spoiled and going over the line.
Yep. McDonald Tippenwoody kicks it off the ground cleverly. Ryan goes by hand, gets it out wide.
Just fine.
Nicely done to Harrison Ma. But
they had some numbers there. Just a little short 35 quick kick, just a dump kick, just get that pressure off your back.
The bounce, the look away handball, one way, then the other. Kicks it up, wouldn't have travelled 15 metres, I don't reckon. Brendan Cantilla slipped over, ball on the ground, in dispute. Motlop over the football. Chips wide, just a little bit too far. Had the extra wheat pick for breakfast. The Bombers back inside defensive 50, but Warwick Williams held them up beautifully. Williams switches, favours the grandstand side. How is the kick? The kick's pretty ordinary, out of bounds, inside defensive 50.
Yeah, they just had a bit of trouble just this start of this quarter, just coming out and just finding that release kick. And Shannon was huge on tempo that quarter. He's not, control the game. Don't play into Tiwi's hands for this last quarter, and let's really get on top. That's what he iterated to his players.
Gee, there was a mismatch in the ruck there.
Yeah, so they've got an opportunity here to play tempo. Stevens in the middle if he just didn't turn his head, but he's found a good one.
And away they go, out wide. Liam Holt Fitz lurking, McDonald lurking, ball on the ground. McDonald flips it out, goes wider. Pint run into an open goal. Kick on goal, but just dragged off the footy slightly and to no effect.
Great run there. Yeah, great run there by Luke Parkinson. He was involved down here at half-back and really pushed and made an effort to get involved again. Champion player from Glenelg, played with my brother Marlon.
Oh, okay. Pint go forward. McDonald.
Little McDonald.
I'm not sure he's got this in him.
Former Wanderers player. I'm not saying I taught him any of what he's doing now.
Do it for the Mucks.
I do it for the Pinters.
Do it for
they look after him, the Pints.
Do
family.
It for the Pinters. McDonald kicks on goal. And misses everything.
Yeah, and there's those behinds just creeping in. Behinds can creep in from where your entries or the positions you're taking set shots from on an oval.
Right.
If you're really focusing on getting it into that goal mouth, which Shannon's saying lower the eyes and let's be more direct and, kick it to an advantage, then you like maximise your scoring opportunity through set shots from, you know, having better positions on the oval to kick from.
Holding the ball up, Harrison Ma.
That's what they need to do, Pints. Just
gets it out
work
wide.
the ball up.
Brad Ryan.
They don't have to be in any rush at all.
Motlop. Dangerous kick. In dispute, running around, onto the right foot, kicks on goal, and he misses everything.
Stephen got out of jail there. I know he's trying to come through, but I think that ball just sat up in the air a bit too much. One thing you get, there's different kicks for different, you know, what you're trying to execute. Coming back inside the corridor is like a lower.
So who's been the better player, Williams or Brad Ryan?
Warwick has been lively. I don't mind the game of Brad Ryan. Even Luke Parkington's been involved heavily during this game. I think it's been a really, really good spread of contributors, which is what you want.
Matt Ryan chasing after the football.
You just see there just another rush behind, just creeping that behind tally up.
Courageous. Sold the dummy.
Did well there to get around. Trapped it in.
Might have been taken high there. In fact, he was taken high. I don't reckon it was the umpire.
Yeah. So in positions,
controlling umpire.
In positions like this, maybe you give a handball, maybe you find another short one. That's smart. There's another short one inside 50. But what you don't do is kick inside 50 from here, because it turns into a high entry, which generally turns into a rebound 50 for the opposition.
Partington, your
That's
man.
good. That's perfect.
Goes to Williams. And a lovely kick. Precision.
And there you have it. The player on the mark when he's in the centre of the oval in a spot like that, when he kicks in, it's really shallow. So even the two shots earlier have been a bit higher up, out towards 45, 50 metres out. There we had a run from behind by Warwick Williams, who's done that great. He's probably ticked over into one of the better players now on the oval. Just generates that run, and then they get a better entry, deeper entry.
So the skipper, Ryan, onto the left boot, swings through it beautifully and kicks the goal. That's his second. Holt Fitz has got 4. Warwick Williams has the other one. The Pointers march on, 7-16-58. The Bombers languishing, 3-5-23. The Bombers were 3-5-23 at half-time and haven't bothered the scoreboard attendant since then.
Nah, and that was really good. That Pint come back inside, find the one inside. They've obviously got a free kick, but they've got a handball to generate that run, get around that player on the mark, which you can do now with that man on the mark not being able to move. Get a deep inside 50 into the goal mouth to Matty Ryan. Our man from Chichura, the Ryan brothers. Played with Lucas White and Leroy Warnett down in Chichura, former St Mary's players.
Oh, yeah. So how come they're at Pint? Green and gold, I suppose. Doesn't
Green
matter.
And gold. Don't say that to the Saints or Pints, old boy.
Yeah, good defence. Held them up. He's been good, Bice.
Yep.
Left footer.
Great kick.
I think the intensity's gone out of the game, hasn't it?
Yeah, you get that sometimes.
Yeah, the closeness is there because of the inaccuracy of the Pointers. We hit the 8-minute mark.
They've been extremely inaccurate, but Pint want to get on a roll and get some momentum, even just before Christmas. I know they're playing Tiwi. They've had the bye, so they're playing Tiwi now. They're going to play Palmerston next week. They want to run themselves into form at the Christmas break.
Cantilla makes amends. The Pointers, the Bombers, they are on the board. That's Cantilla's second. Kim Cantilla, he has 2. Riley Bice has 1. Edward Purantara Mary Dunn has 1. And the goal kickers for Pint, Liam Holt Fitz 4, Matt Ryan 2, and Warwick Williams a single goal.
Yeah, and it was great. That's probably something where Pint could look at what Tiwi just did there. He's had an opportunity to go inside 50. Lowered the eye, someone presented at him, and he hit him up really well. So they made the most of that, Tiwi. Pints will be looking to emulate that and hit up that leading presenting forward that's close to them.
Smiley. He's a giant, isn't he? In ruck for the Bombers.
Big man.
Probably his opponent. I can't see him. He's off screen. McDonald. It is Smiley wins the tap down. Who will get the clearance? Pint. They're away.
Good handball.
Yeah, it was a good handball. Sold the dummy. A lovely tackle. Took him out. Michael Dunn hasn't done much today. Big Smiley has the football. Lumbers forward. Gets it back to Michael Dunn. 2 disposals inside 10 seconds. Inside forward 50. The Bombers up and under to no effect. Motlop looking for the football. Chip forward. And the defence of
Just
Pint.
find one over the top.
They rule supreme again in defence. That's been watertight down there. Scrow got 3 to beat and does it.
They did well there.
Beautifully, he did.
They've got a little bit of spread if they can just hold on to the footy and just pass it on.
Good tackle, good shepherd. And forward they go. Can't take the mark. Ball on the ground. In dispute. Darley. Handballs to his own advantage, but unfortunately handballs out of bounds. And is the umpire going to say, didn't make too much of an effort? No, it'll be tossed in by the boundary umpire, methinks.
They need to shorten this oval, Pint, and get the ball up. So they've got a real spread. You can see there's still players inside just coming out of the forward 50 now for Tiwi. I reckon Pints need to get up and really get on top of this game by, getting their players into the positions, even having someone sitting off the back of this stoppage.
Left half forward. Pint in attack. Terrible throw in. Kim Cantilla can't find the footy. Was he grabbed? According to the umpire, he was. Well, no, he's going to get the free kick. He didn't have the football, according to the umpire. So Cantilla in defence. Gets it forward to Bice. Bice goes to Darley. Darley out of bounds on the full in front of the commentary position. We could have paid that, Thomas.
Oh, just drop mark there. Just find one inside.
Pulmer.
Just move the ball, man. Brad Reed. Ryan.
Brad
Ryan, sorry.
You're right. Ryan goes forward. Nicely done. Gaydon.
Great mark.
Strong.
You see Matty Ryan there just presenting really well. Reads the ball as it's coming down. And he doesn't mind going on 50-metre leads if he needs to present that far up the oval.
Gets it forward to Bro. I reckon that's Bro.
Yeah, that's Bro.
Bro is Brad Ryan. Chance.
The brother, whoever plays better, then you become the brother of the other, I reckon.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You're always the brother of Marlon Motlop because he's played AFL footy.
Oh, even my dad says that to me.
Sorry. And it's a goal. Gee whiz.
Great work there. And smart too. I don't know whether he was too far out, Matty, or whether he's just just a bit of confidence down from a few shots and just being out on the boundary there. But he's made a really good decision.
And they all love
hindsight.
it.
Yeah, in hindsight. He's gone inside, gone to his brother there, so I'm sure the parents will love that. And the family, if they're watching back home online.
Brad Ryan. I'm writing this for the NT News too, and I reckon he's nearly a 3-voter.
Yeah.
He's been
he's been great, even getting involved there.
Very, very good. Finished with a goal. Has done everything. Ball up, Big Smiley. Up against his opponent, Smythe. Smiley versus Smythe. Pint will get the clearance. Sold the dummy. Chip forward. Wouldn't have been 15 anyway. Run over the football. Series of handballs. Kicked it out wide. Clever kick. Plenty of space. Williams. Dragged off the football. Gets it to Motlop. Motlop goes forward.
Stephen just finds another one there. He's been really handy. I think that's worked well, that experiment tonight. Finds Maddie. Maddie just pops it up, whether it's a bit...
Is it sustainable, though, when they get to finals, when they want some good ball, some clever ball in the middle?
Well, the thing that it does is that it highlights what can happen when you use the ball well down from half back. So even whether Stephen comes back into the midfield if they need, they know how they want to play from there, Pint.
Yep.
So it gives them that baseline or that benchmark that if we have good ball users there, then we can generate some playing and get it going through the middle. So they've got a benchmark, and whether they interchange that out with Ethan Penrith or some other players going down back to chop Stephen out, they know that they can make that happen.
Yeah. Would he be frustrated playing cross halfback?
No. He would have probably had a conversation with Shannon, probably something that they've highlighted, or either in their coaching meetings during the week or the leadership group, something that they've identified as a weakness or potentially
a deficiency.
Deficiency or a strength that they could, probably, increase more. Have that conversation and put it to play.
Around the football, Motlop to Williams. Someone, I saw a high tackle in there somewhere.
And it's one of those ones, because when you have a really good player, they can either kick goals for you, they can be a really good midfielder, or they can, use the ball off half back. So you're always robbing Peter to pay Paul, no matter where you put them.
Yeah, it's always the wrong move if something goes wrong. That's what the coach gets paid the big money for. Pint, go forward once again. Smythe didn't take the mark.
Good work. Just they've got a bit of space here. You can have a bounce.
Look, there was Brad Ryan once again.
There's Liam. They just need to use the ball well, waiting for Matty Ryan to present out of screen.
Too far out to score. Holt Fitz has 4. Kicks it forward. Mark not taken. Play on called the umpire. Good call. Ball comes out and it's a goal.
And what you see there is a combination of a lot of things and how you want your forward line to operate. You have someone looking. You have a forward who's big, who can present or create a contest, and then you got your smalls coming into play. Jeffrey McDonald there impacted that defender with the ball just due to his pressure, which forced Scrow to be able to kick a goal.
Who was that?
That's through defensive effort.
Who kicked the goal?
I think it was...
Was it the big fella McDonald?
No, I think it was Ahmed Scrow.
Scrow?
Yeah.
So he's sort of been busy, Scrow, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Ball the middle, Smythe. Bombers, will they get the clearance? No, they won't. Williams. Got leather poisoning. Kicks it wide. Holt Fitz. Scheming. Ball on the ground. Beaten one-on-one. Nice work there. Kicked off the ground that time by Michael Dunn. Motlop gets it back. To Motlop. To Penrith. Firstly it was Stephen, then it was Brodie. Has the football.
Here's Harrison with that low.
Harrison Marr. Left footer. Kim Cantilla. Something happened off the ball. And we've got a free kick.
Yeah, I don't know whether it was incorrect disposal or whatnot, but really great ball movement there from Pint coming out of the other side of the wing there near the light tower, coming through the middle of the oval and out to Harrison, the left footer. Wasn't the greatest of kicks, but it was still inside 50, and any inside 50 now, once you're getting on top, is going to be dangerous for Tiwi.
Here's the skipper, has a couple. One in the third, one in the last. Usually a dead eye.
The big snake from Tatura. Let's put it through.
Tatura. So what's his story? Does he go back to Tatura after the season?
No, I don't know. No. I think there's a fair few. Obviously, there's a lot of players here at Pint that have come up from Victoria and South Australia and whereabouts.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of players here that have moved up and love the Darwin life. So I think
relocated.
He's working up here and whatnot, full-time job, and I think he loves it. Well, when I see him, he's always happy, so I guess he loves it up here.
So normally 3 goals. That's his tally a game. 3 goals a game. Useful for a centre half forward.
Yeah, exactly. He's a big, and the role that he plays, he's presenting. So even if he's not kicking goals himself and taking marks, he's creating that contest for smalls, for people like Liam Holtz-Fist to kick 4 or 5 goals a week. Here's Stephen off the half back.
So we had the centre square, or the 6, 6 and 6 infringement, and the Pint get the free kick. McDonald over to Stephen Motlop. Brendan Cantilla gets the ball out. Got to take the mark. Does take the mark. Has a bounce after 1 metre. Chips it forward.
Great work.
A lovely intercept.
The golden fist. in memory of Big Danny Frawley.
Yeah.
He loved the golden fist. He loved defenders, and he didn't like, those old-fashioned defenders. They don't like a little touch. They don't like it when you just tap the ball when you're spoiled. He needs to go over the boundary line.
Whack
well done
That's
there.
it. Smiley worked his way to the front. McDonald out the back.
Good work.
Goes by hand. Gets it to Stephen Motlop. Has a bounce after a couple, which is his the way he plays. It's a characteristic of his. Goes forward nicely. Kick on goal. Too far out to score. Pint have it. Swings around onto the left boot. And there's another one.
The snake from Chichura.
So he's got
Big
4.
Matty Ryan.
He's got
4. Back up there. Well done, Matt. And, great ball movement there. Luke Partington involved again. Involved again, knows what to do. When you're playing a good side, mature sides, everyone understands their role. Everyone understands. You've got to give it to the silk, give it to the players with polish.
Yeah.
He's done really well there to identify Stephen's moving back. That's that role that Stephen at halfback's working well tonight, I reckon, and it's just created that run, making the right decisions. And the most important thing coming out of defence is executing that next kick. Because as soon as that kick doesn't hit, up on the high forward, 50 to 70 metres out from goal, if you turn that into a turnover, it goes the other way. So it's really important to hit that kick, and they've come up with a goal there, Pint. Well done.
So you're right. I mean, McDonald got the centre square infringement and had no hesitation, handball to Stephen Motlop, and the rest is history. The Bombers go forward. Can they take a mark inside forward 50? I think they're a bit shell-shocked now, the Bombers. But they've been in the game for a long, long time. It was that third quarter where they didn't score. In fact, since half-time, they've really not done a lot. They've actually got the 1 goal since half-time, which is not good enough.
Yeah,
but competitive up until then.
I reckon that, even at times they've still moved the footy really well, and they've made great, even going inside 50 there. I think it was a really good decision, but they're just not able to keep up where the Pints have gone to another level and not allowed them to go up. We'll find out if they can keep up for the rest of this quarter.
Brendan Cantilla. Kicked off the ground. Mark taken. The big man, Smiley. Almost went by hand to Port Jimmy. Smiley, what's he spotted? Doesn't matter. It was a terrible kick forward. Picked up Kim Cantilla. Normally dead eye, but touched over the line. So Anthony McDonald-Tippenwood, he's had his moments, but it really hasn't asserted himself onto the game.
Yeah, no, and he's, he'd be playing a role. I guess he'd prefer to come into it, coming out of AFL and come into a team where you don't have to be the man every week.
I understand that, but I suppose I expect more.
Yeah.
Williams goes forward. Roy Cantilla hasn't done a lot. Pint. Run the ball cleverly off the ground. Really, really well done. Nicely out to Kelbfell.
Bit of magic there.
Yeah, it was
young
nice.
Jeffrey.
Was it taken? Here he goes. Can he get 5? Can he get 5? Doesn't try. Goes across the face of goal. And here's your snake, isn't it?
Yeah, I call him the White Snake. Well, my mate Leroy Warnett gave him that name.
The White Snake from Tatura.
Well, he's from Tatura, and that's where we used to call Snake Lucas White.
Okay.
We used to call him Big Lucas White from Saints, the White Snake, so he can cop that as well, old Matty. No, but you can see them. They're just getting on top now, Pint, and just pushing away with the game. So Shannon will be really pleased with that and the way they've used the ball there. Liam Holtz-Fitz just summing up his situation and finding Matty.
And Ryan just misses to the left-hand side. Has kicked 3 goals in this final term, Matt Ryan. 4 for the game. Liam Holt-Fitz, 4 for the game. 3 in the first, 1 in the second. So Michael Dunn hasn't had a lot of it, but he's done all right. Held Holt-Fitz, been busy.
Yeah, been busy, and it's, I guess they're going to have a hard time at stages in this season, Tiwi. Even being a defender and keeping up that intensity and keeping players to 3 goals with the amount of inside 50 ball that comes across their way. And that's going to come back. No.
Not quite far enough. Hit the post. The Bombers, they work it again. Cantilla offers short. There it is, the full-time siren. PINT, 11-18-84. Tiwi Bombers, 4-6-30. So 11-18, probably the tale of the story, Thomas Motlop. A good win, a 54-point win. Could have been more, but it's not more. So congratulations to the Tiwi defence. Perhaps put them under a little bit of pressure. But basically, the Bombers kicked 1 goal, 1 after half-time, and that was the tale of the game. Yeah,
good effort to Tiwi. Great effort by their players to come out today and put up a fight. But after half-time, Shannon, asked for a bit for his players to lift, and especially in that third quarter, and the quality players really came to the fore and stepped it up and pushed that lead out. They had a lot of inaccuracy, that maybe whether that comes from picking their inside 50s and their ball use inside 50, but I thought the move with Stephen Motlop and Ethan Penrith down back really generated a lot of play coming back inside, and Pints had their moments tonight, and they did what they needed to do. They kept themselves in touch with the rest of the competition by getting the 4 points tonight, and they'll be looking to extend that next week against Palmerston. So Shannon will be really pleased with that. Getting out to that type of lead, Ian, is a lot better than just beating Tiwi, where you would expect to have a bit of win. So I guess they'll be happy tonight with their effort. 54 points, you'd have to be happy with that. The PINT, 11-18-54, 84, defeated the Bombers 4-6-30. Thank you very much, Thomas. I hope your quad gets better. Well, I'm not too focused on whether it does or not, because I'm not putting any boots on anytime soon.
So that's it from us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.